And live on here. Okay. Oh, hold on. My microphone. Let me turn that on. All right, there we go. Let me just connect this to my shirt, and boom. Now everyone can hear me on all streams. Um, except this volume could be a little bit higher because it's not even getting up above the damn music. Okay, microphone, aux, we're changing you to like, I don't know, fucking 7? How's that? How's 7? Yeah. Could go a little bit higher than that. All right. Let's change it to fucking 10. Yeah, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. And yeah, just breaking into yellow now. That should be fine. Cool. What fell? Oh, my other microphone. That's fine. Okay. And we should be live on everything. Cool. All right. I'm just going to put you over here. And all right, let's pull you guys down. There we go. And get this up here. And boom. Cool. We are live streaming everywhere. I can see everybody's comments now. Woo! Okay, so today's a pretty big day because, well, for one, we haven't done this in a while, but for two, we're going to be breaking into stuff that part of the story was deleted. I don't know how, like 3 chapters were deleted. So I had to rewrite them, I don't know, decades later. I think we're decades later at this point. And the thing is, I didn't exactly remember what happened, so the only thing I could go off of was the badges that were missing and the general location of the characters. So most of this stuff is probably, aside from the gym battles, is stuff that was not in the original version. But the original version is completely gone forever, so not much we can do about that, is there? Indeed. All right. I'll just start this. You know what? I'm just gonna push this down because it really should start on the next page. There we go. Save. Yeah, you better not crash if you know what's good for you. Cool. I've got new pictures to share, so we're all set. Finally, let's go. Oh, really quick, let me make sure that this is posted to our Discord server so people actually know that I'm doing this. Okay, so let's just get the share. Bam, bam, bam. Because it doesn't automatically do that for this channel. I should really change that. I should really add a bot that automatically updates it for this channel as well. So long. Whoop. And I'll just leave a little message for everyone. No, 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 no. We're not going into a voice channel. I'm already in a voice channel. Okay. Oh, I just realized. Let's see. Let me just make sure that this is set up. Uh, Discord. What? No, not that. Oh, there we go. Got that done. Get back to the voice channel. Uh, Boom. Wait, general. Okay, Carrie, say something.
Happy Moon Festival.
Oh, wow, that's perfect. That is actually perfect. And where's my... Oh, okay, cool. Bamp. I don't know if... No, people are not going to be able to hear that. That's weird. Oh, where's the beta? Oh, here it is. Beta. It's just not looking at the right source. Cool. Well, let's change this to... Ugh. Seriously. I actually have to select the dang video. Oh, great. Oh, I got a billion Chrome app open, so thanks for that, OBS. No, no, no. Yes, found you. Okay, now I just go in here and I'm like, properties, change it to Pokemon. There we go. Fixed it. Thank God. Okay, sorry about that. Finally got everything fixed up. Bam. Get the word processor back up and whoa! Finally we can read. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's start reading.
Okay, do you want to read first?
Yeah, I'll read first. Okay, here we go. Chapter 25, Vaults and Grounders. I'm not the biggest fan of this Pokemon Sword music, but whatever. I'll just leave it going.
I
Okay.
mean, you can play the instrumental version of the He Can Walk in the background, so we can read above it.
I
What is
can walk. They
is it?
can walk.
Which hub world? Which hub world music is it or something?
Let's see. Um, I can't remember. It's a specific town in Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Okay.
Oh, anyway, I'm just going to start reading because it's taking long enough to get to this. Here we go. And I'll let you know once we cross over into the stuff that I just wrote.
Wait, are you sharing the thingy?
Oh, right. I got to share that with you.
Okay.
I always forget that. Look, Carrie, you can't see what I'm looking at. There we go. All right. Here we go. Chapter 25, Volts and Grounders. Sorry about that. Jeez. Okay. Just when the troop of friends, okay, I like that troop of friends, was going to move on, comma. Okay, I'm trying not to stop myself a billion times by correcting things, but that was driving me crazy. Polly noticed peculiar movements going on in her pack. Something was inside that she had not put in. Polly, is that thing haunted? Danny asked seriously. If it is, let's just leave it. Did one of your Pokemon get out of its ball? Talon questioned. I don't think so, Polly replied, pulling the zipper on the case that was acting strange. A Cubone skull popped out and looked about. Cubone! Polly said happily. You little stowaway. Cubone! The ground Pokemon jumped out and almost scratched Polly. What are you doing? She asked. Cubone! Cubone! I dislike the fact that I'm making Pokemon say their own names, but we'll just leave this for now. It answered, clawing the earth with its sharp toes. I think it means business, Susan stated in a serious voice. You have got to be kidding me, Danny remarked. A Cubone without a bone club? This will be easy. He reached for one of his Pokemon, but was stopped as Polly slapped his wrist. Damn! Polly's like, smack! Not this time, Danny, she declared. I'm going to capture this Cubone myself. Okay, Danny whined, rubbing his wrist. No need to get testy. Skiploom, it's time to battle. Hold on, I think I have to double check the pictures. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. You know what? Yeah, I'll put a picture in here. Yeah, let's just put it like there. Okay, picture and put it. Skiploom, it's time to battle. Polly's light grass type whirled and flower petal like fan blades Oh, hold on. And whirled its flower petal-like fan blades as it floated onto the ground. Cubone lowered its head and launched itself forward, with white light streaking over it. Cubone is using Skull Bash! Hurry and reflect it! The Skiploom placed a red wall up, bouncing the ground lizard away. Oh, Skiploom, use Leech Seed! Okay, Skiploom, use Leech Seed! The seeds of the... What the... 2 seeds the size of pills.
Oh.
As self, you do realize that pills come in different sizes, right? Whatever, I think it gets the point across. Size of pills shot out of the flower on Skiploom's head and landed on Cubone in different places. Together they bound the Pokemon and drained its HP down close to 0. Damn. Yeah, Leech Seed is absolutely brutal in the anime, by the way.
Did you see it?
Let's see. Should I continue?
I can take over.
Okay.
Catch it now, Polly! Susan exclaimed. Polly lashed her arm out and rolled off a Pokeball.
Oh, hold on. I accidentally did that. My bad. Go ahead.
Which hit Cubone's skull and broke it down into a red light. Polly watched the ball toggle from side to side to with the button in the middle still lit. After a second or more, a loud click was heard, and the captured ball was transported away. Yeesh, Polly, why would you want a Cubone without its club? Danny asked. The Cubone helped Mom and I when we were still being held captive. I promised to find a bone club in return. Wait, what do you mean? Do you just go and pick something up from the coastline or maybe desert? Where do you find those?
Sure, I find random items on the ground all the time in the Pokemon games.
Sounds weird to me. Danny squinted and shrugged his shoulders. Now with that's over. Is that a typo? Now with that's over, let's leave this place.
Now that that's over. Now that that's over.
Oh, I think it is okay, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that that's over, let's leave this place. English is weird. Susan insisted. Yeah, I'd agree with you, Stephen said. Let's go to a place that is less dangerous. You miss a letter with a place.
A place that... Let's go to... Oh. Okay, go ahead.
He looked back at the building that was nearing. That had nearing shot them dead.
Nearly, I think, is what that's supposed to be. Jeez.
It has been a while. They begin traveling again and on a path that will take them to Digless Cave. Ryu and Team Rocket's tempering slowed my journey down a little, Dan informed. But I forget one of the strongest dark types. Even if Jack and I have it back to it, Jack and I battle again, it will come in handy. Please, Stephen remarked, do you really think that Jack's psychic will be helpless against a Tyranitar? Many trainers have been able to reach Jack in the past with the Pokemon, but only 1 hour 50 were being able to take all his Pokemon down. 1 hour 50? Danny screeched. Yeah, Stephen replied. Merlin has a few fighting moves and they would be especially damaging to a rock and dark type like your Tyranitar. Meowth is more dangerous because he has the DNA of all Pokemon and can learn any move that a trainer can teach a Pokemon. The only reason you don't notice this was because you didn't have Tyranitar, then have to fight Merlin, and then you just get lucky with Meowth. Jack knows you have a Tyranitar and he would be ready if you were going to fight him again. The odds are very good that we'll consider you both in the same...
The odds are very good that will, considering you'll both be in the chat. Oh, the odds are very good That will happen, maybe.
It will happen considering you will be in the same championship 5 years from now. Wow! Jack is entering the IPMCE. Then he jumped. Yeah, of course he is. Stephen replied in a fashion that made it sound like common sense. Why would Jack miss out at the chance to be declared the greatest Pokemon master in the world? You miss a fashion? in a fashion? No, Stephen replied in a fashion. No. Stephen replied in a fashion. You said in fashion
Oh,
instead.
Okay.
He's greatest Pokemon master in the world, although I'm alarmed at this fact as you are. What if I'm the one who has to face him? Well, you should do fine. You beat me, and I beat Jack. Hey, that doesn't prove anything. Stephen argued. A trainer who loses to another one but beats a trainer who defeated the trainer would rarely mean anything. What if a trainer who lost only used water types against a trainer with electric types, and he went against a trainer who beat the other one using all ground Pokemon? Okay, I get you. Then he understood. All I can do is train and try to come up with a strategy somehow. The friends cut their way across a long field before reaching the start of the glass cave. We need to stay together to keep up our guard. Stephen stated, many trainers have spoken of super powerful Diglett in the trio in this place that attack trainers on sight. Wait, they will just come at us and we can catch some. Then he smiled and chuckled quietly. Actually, that would be the worst thing we could do, Stephen corrected. There could be thousands of Pokemon living underground there, and attacking one could set them all off like time bombs. I think we should just get in and get out. Hey, whatever, I don't need a Diglett anyway, then he sighed. Dude, you changed very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, he changed his mind. It's like, hey, I should get a Diglett. We shouldn't do that. Okay.
We done something like that similar before in when we were in caves in Casepis? I don't think that we do.
Well, the young adventurers were entering a dark Pokemon-constructed burrow. Dan and Cassie are picking up Kyle at the hospital. Beth carried the baby to the worried parent, who was wrapped in a soft blue blanket and fast asleep. And tell you stop clawing my door frame!
Wait, what? Wait, what?
My cat is clawing my door frame. He's being very rude. I guess I can let him in.
Is he meowing?
Okay, sorry about that. Cat difficulties. Anyway,
Cat difficulties.
Soft blanket and fast asleep. Oh, Beth, you did such a good. What happened to my? Oh, mouse is fine. Okay. Good. Soft blanket and fast asleep. Oh, Beth, you did such a good job. He looks so at peace. Cassie complimented, rocking her child in her arms. He is now, but a few hours ago he was wailing like crazy. It was very strange. He kept crying Danny. Dan looked a little shocked, and on the trip home he pondered with the idea that Kyle was able to sense Danny's dangerous situation with Rill. At first he could not get it out of his head, but he soon let the thought slip away. Let's see. And there goes how you use the litter box anyway. Danny called on the Seaver to bring some light into the tunnel. The ground they walked on was dry and flat. Only rocks in the cave. Any rock in the cave was put on the side to produce a straight path. Boy, these moles do their job well, Susan remarked. But why would they make a road? Stephen's mouth curled to one side in disbelief. I heard that the Diglett that live here are hostile towards humans. They don't walk on land, so it makes no sense. They probably did it by accident. Then E responded, I bet they were just clearing away rocks and it turned into a road. Talon's ears heard a faint sound coming from behind them. It sounded to him like someone was plowing the dirt beneath them. As the sound continued to get closer as closer, Rhythmic's chant was added that he couldn't distinguish. Guys, can you hear that? He asked, looking back and seeing nothing. How could we hear anything with those two blabbing? Susan questioned. Danny took offense to Susan's words while Stephen got a look of nervousness. What did it sound like? He asked. It was kind of like the sound of someone constantly digging up earth. It also had strange kind of chanting to it. Stephen and Danny looked at one another, trading fearful facial expressions. The Diglett are coming! Stephen informed. Well, I don't hear anything, Danny pointed out. Maybe they're just relaxing back at the entrance. The noises that Talon heard earlier came back 4 times louder. Diglett and Dugtrio heads broke out of the ground, and the chant that Talon heard echoed all throughout the cave. The Diglett were moles with rounded brown heads and oval red noses. The head is the only part of the body that was visible. The stronger Dugtrio were merely 3 Diglets put together as one. Diglett dig, trio. That's one of the funniest chants I've ever heard. Or maybe they decided to relax here? Holly shivered. Talon unsheathed his sword and slowly pushed it forth. Put it away, Stephen ordered. Even if we were forced to use it, you would never hit them. These Pokemon can pull their heads in at the speed of light. Diglett, the mole Pokemon. If Diglett digs through a field, it leaves the soil perfectly tilled and ideal for planting crops. Dugtrio, the evolved form of Diglett. Extremely powerful, they can dig through even the hardest ground to a depth of over 60 miles. More and more moles appeared, and more ground disappeared. There were so many that soon the entire floor of the tunnel looked like it was made of Diglett and Dugtrio. Don't look now, but these ground Pokemon are surrounding us! Susan pointed out the situation just as the Pokemon encircled them. Deceivers tried scaring the diggers away with her mean look, but the mole horde responded by pelting the ghost with rocks. Deceiver, return! Danny ordered, saving the Phantom from the stoning. We can't trust the ground we're walking on, Stephen remarked, his voice squeaking. Okay, your turn, and the microphone turned itself off. Wait, no it isn't. No it didn't. Why is the microphone not? That's weird. Okay, what's going on here? Come on. What? Mouse. What is... Technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. What is going on here? Oop. And weird. And microphone is not reconnected. What the fuck?
Can you still hear me though?
People can what the hell is this? Okay. Okay, and what is going on? What do you mean? What do you mean you can't see my microphone? Discard. And properties, what the fuck? No. Nothing there? Okay. And still nothing. What the fuck?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. It's just I use 2 microphones, and I really shouldn't, but like, this normally doesn't have a problem. I don't get what's going on here. It's like I have a streaming PC and I have my regular PC, and only this damn only one PC is getting a microphone right now. What the fuck? Tell you now is not the time to come on my lap. I'm busy. What the fuck is going on? Okay, fine. You know what? I'll try the other microphone, which is over here. Tell you what you... I'm gonna have to kick you out of my room. Tell you, don't do that. Damn it, tell you. Great.
Kitty, don't do that.
Microphone is not being picked up by OBS for no good reason. Woo. Not even seeing it. What the hell? Okay, let's just, I'm just gonna add a new... Okay, Tayu, you're getting kicked out now. I am very much needing on my screen. Okay. This is really annoying me now. Why is my microphone not working? Come on. Microphone. The hell is it? It's turned on. What the hell? Okay, we're not seeing it. Okay, fine then. I'll add a new damn capture input. And this. Still not seeing it. Okay. Ooh. Okay,
What is happening in here?
I have one solution to this, and it's going to be a pain in the butt, but...
I plug that in. Your internet connection is very funky.
Alright. Wait, what? Oh, okay, it's seeing that at least, but not my microphone. That's great. Alright, I'm gonna do the bullshit solution. I'll be right back. Okay, bullshit solution. Let's do it. I stole a microphone from a different room.
Hello. Welcome back.
Alright, and plug this in. Front and back, that's fine. Alright, now we just go over here, and we're just like, oh god, instantly it works. Instantly it works because of, okay, we don't need this one anymore. And, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide that one, I guess. Okay, cool. Yeah, good. Okay, that's okay. We're ready to continue now. Sorry about that. It was really annoying. I had to take a whole microphone from another room that's not supposed to leave. But we're back to normal. Okay, we got someone in here. Hey, what's up? Hey, Mikey. sorry it took me a while to respond. We were having technical difficulties. We are now back. We are good to go. Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you.
And so, like I said, sorry about that. My microphone was completely down for one of the things. But we're back. We're ready to continue reading. Shit, where was I?
God, I completely forgot it.
Okay, we're at the start of the new page. Okay, got it.
Oh, I think that is it my turn? I think that is my turn, right? I can take over if you need to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Then let us trust the air we fly through. That sounds very refined. Danny, what is happening? Danny declared, holding up Legend 2's ball and showing it to Stephen. Well, there it is. Stephen replied, pulling F-15's ball out. The Steelbird and the Orange Dragon stormed the pesky mole Pokemon when they saw them. Hey, Polly, Talon, you can come with Legend 2 and I, Danny stated. Susan, Stephen addressed it. That leaves you with F-15 and me. The flying Pokemon knelt down to allow the humans to get on them. The motion of their wings took up and they let them travel through the dangers of the floor. This fact angered Diglett, and they make around them act in a strange way. This space is too easy, Danny remarked. We are not out yet, Stephen reminded. Talon was sitting on Legend 2 behind Polly. He thought that he was on safely, but he was moving slightly backwards every moment. Soon he took notice of this, only to be pushed up, making him hang on the tip of Legend's tail. His arms were clutching the upper side and he was dangling on the bottom. Polly and Danny did their best to help him, but they could not reach him without going up further. In a way, this accident was a blessing, for there was no rear view mirror on the dragon, and looking in the other direction gave Talon a chance to see the incoming danger. Third wave! The warrior said. What? Third wave? Talon repeated. He had pointed out a glowing hill of ground that was rising up and rushing towards them. Diglett Pokemon can be seen moving about on it, and the massive brown wave was gaining on them. That's the first time I've ever seen Diglett use Surf Attack. There's a typo.
Okay, let's see.
Diglett used Surf Attack. That's the first time I've ever seen Diglett use Surf Attack. There's a typo there.
Oh yeah.
Danny joked. We need to pump up the speed, and fast, Stephen exclaimed. Agility, the trainer shouted. Man, Talon has some really good grip strength.
Okay, oh, hold on. Let me just add a picture here. Let's see. Add in a picture here. Bam. Yeah, here it is. Oh.
Yeah, I think that you can take over for the next one. Also, did you grab some water when we were doing reading?
Oh. All right. Boop. All right, should I start reading?
What did you say?
Oh.
I'm here.
I guess I'll start.
Yep.
Oh, when F-15 and Legend 2 went into hyperdrive, Talon found it even...
Hyperdrive.
Yeah. Talon found it even more difficult to keep his grip. He finally gave in, let go, and... Mouse, what are you... Anyway, Mouse is back. Okay, cool. He finally gave in, let go of the tail just as a new thing appeared to help him stay on. Legend 2 held on to Danny's feet. Danny held Polly's and Polly caught Talon's arm. They had formed living chain and wafted as the air passed around them. The speed they had been moving at was like that of a race car's. Now the tunnel's exit was in sight, but one last thing was about to plague our heroes. What was thought to have been only a large, moving dirt mound made by the Diglett and Doug trio was starting to emerge as a giant Doug trio. Oh, I guess the picture should have gone there. Oh well. Its deep voice exclaimed its name, Doug Trio. And the high volume of it made the trainers squint and cry out. The trio of Diglett was not going to let the intruders escape, and it sent a fissure to the side of the cavern. The winding cracks swiftly sneaked around the tunnel and caused rocks and dirt to fall from above. The flying Pokemon maneuvered around to dodge them, but the falling objects began falling faster and more at a time. Doug Trio's a menace, Danny remarks, still holding on to Polly. Legend, pull us in and use Ultra Beam! Danny's Dragonite swung the line of youth over her shoulder and looked back at the approaching mole. She focused to use her mighty ray to strike the head in the middle. After a brief pause, the ground Pokemon rocketed back where it came from. Everyone was watching this event by looking back, and they neglected to watch where they were heading. Sunlight had caught them off guard. They had escaped the tunnel. Small lines of dust and pebbles could be seen falling down at the exit. But this soon stopped. Man, that was crazy! Susan looked back. They really need to put a sign up that says, Beware of Giant Doug Trio, Susan stated. What a rush! Danny exclaimed. We sure showed those diggers who's boss, didn't we, Legend 2? Legend 2 wanted to give Danny a response, but she was just too weary. We're going to put an O there. She leaned over and dropped her head to the ground. I guess using Ultra Beam takes a lot out of you, but don't worry, I'm sure there's the Pokemon Center in Vermilion. Thank heavens for that, Stephen added. Vermilion City was a small gathering of buildings by a peaceful harbor. The Pokemon Center was located in the eastern part, and the Pokemon were fed well inside. Polly gave Joy all her Pokemon except one. She used that Pokemon to exchange it for her Cubone from the ranch. I'm glad that you're all right, Uncle George, Polly informed. Oh, we're safe now, he replied. But I think it was you and your brother who were in the most danger. I guess you're right. Anyway, thanks for transferring my Cubone. It was a pleasure. Polly ends the conversation with George and finds her brother watching seriously burnt Pokemon being wheeled into the emergency room. No way. What did that? Stephen inquired. Thanks to Lieutenant Surge, we're the busiest of all Pokemon centers in Kanto, Joy answered, with a dot of anger in her voice. That big bozo of a gym leader is constantly taking advantage of rookie trainers and using fully powered Pokemon to bring theirs to near death. Jeez!
Yikes.
What? Stephen cried. Using maximum power to defeat Pokemon in their youth? Oh, that is wrong. Jack would never have his Pokemon use their strongest moves on rookies. If he could just knock them out with lower powered ones, this guy needs to be taught a lesson. I agree. That Pokemon we just saw could have been one of ours at the time when we were starting, Danny pointed out. Exactly. Let's defeat this Lieutenant Surge and all his Pokemon. We must, but what Pokemon does he use? Surge relies... I just want to make a quick joke here. That I was like, well, gee, Danny, what do you think he uses? His name is Surge! Surge relies completely on electric types, Nurse Joy responded. Then we need some strong ground types, Danny stated. Okay, back to you, Carrie, I guess.
Wait, I completely missed out. Was that a guy who called Surge, or maybe something?
Yeah, they're gonna go to the gym and fight Lieutenant Surge.
Those are some very, very self-explanatory names. But then again, those are Pokemon we are talking about.
Indeed.
It has puns everywhere. We need some strong ground types. Then he stated, I have a graveler named Tremor. And I got a Steelix. Stephen nodded. The two dedicated boys dashed to the phones and connected the ones that held their extra Pokemon. Then he traded his Kingdra for Tremor. Stephen gave in Iron Knuckles for Steelix. They are getting into this fast, Tannen remarked. I just hope this gym leader isn't too much for them. Holly worried. Also, did you get enough water for yourself? You need to go and drink some water too.
I'm fine.
Gym for this city was wide. And it had lightning bolt shapes shooting out to the sides. The doors are heavy, and it took all the young friends' strength to push them open. You got a typo there. The doors are heavy, but you said "and heavy." No, you got a typo in the doors are heavy.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I look away from the screen for 1 second, and I swear I lose my place. Oh, here it is.
Inside was dark, and the street punks surrounded an unbelievably tall man with leather clothes and yellow push-up pointy hair. I looked like he was so, but from the way he acted, it was difficult to tell. Wow, the man laughed. Soon more toddlers are crawling in to have their pocket dolls blown away. I think there was a type. That was intentional, right?
That was intentional. He's insulting them by saying that those Pokemon are just toys.
The street punks began talking, and Daniel overheard one of them say that the man was Lieutenant Surge. All right, Surge, we know the things you have been doing to the less experienced trainers, Danny declared. And we have come to make you stop. Stephen finished. They toughed up a couple of little babies. Small time for one dumb big baby. Stephen chuckled.
Ooh, nice comeback, Stephen.
What did you call me? Surge exclaimed. You heard me! Stephen called, this time with more hatred in his words. Then he saw that Stephen was getting overexcited, and so he needed to change the current conversation. Sorry, we didn't come here to start name calling. We came here for a fight for a badge. Yeah, so you big baby, except are you what I say you are? Stephen grinned and showed that he didn't fear the giant gym leader. The gym leader, you better accept. I will take you both on. Why do I feel like this is a disaster in brewing? Not much for me. As the chosen gym leader of this official Pokemon League gym, I declare this battle shall be done in tag team use. Tag team? Demi's eyes widened. But for tag team, there must be two trainers on each side. Correct. Allow me to introduce you, my son. Dan and Stephen exclaimed, "Yes, my son, Rod, will be my partner." Rod came into light. He was as big as he was a big. What? Okay. He was as big as his father, if not bigger. I think that you got a typo there.
I apparently have not drawn this character correctly.
What do you mean? Can I take a look? You can draw. You can redraw it if you want to.
Let's start. Okay, so he's supposed to be as big as Surge, if not bigger. And this is how I drew him. As you can see, he is very much not as big as Surge.
I think he tried.
Okay. Let's see. Alright, let's start this, Rod declared in a deep tone. Wow, even more reason why I should be taller. Let's start this. The official referee had the trainers stand in the tradition old battle zones. Danny and Steven were Danny and Steven were on the right side of the marked battle floor, and Lieutenant Surge and his son were on the left. A loud voice blared over the speaker announcing the rules. This is a tag team match. The challengers, Danny Dragonson and Steven Steele versus the gym leaders. The gym leaders, Lieutenant Surge and his son Rod Surge. Whatever. Only one Pokemon may be out at a time for each side, and each trainer is allowed to use only 2 Pokemon. This match has no time limit. Now, let the battle begin! Go ahead, son, you go first, Surge insisted. Fine, Dad, Rod replied. I'll use Lantern! A marine Pokemon that resembled a bloated blue fish landed on the battlefield. Yellow circle was on its face, around the eyes, and more yellow could be seen on the tip of its tail fin. A long strand arched towards its forehead, and at the end it was a yellow orb. Huh, Danny blinked. This is a new sight. Lantern, the light Pokemon, the evolved form of Chinchou. This Pokemon blinds prey with an intense burst of light, then swallows and immobilizes prey in a single gulp. What the? Danny exclaimed. I thought this gym was an electric Pokemon. I thought this gym was for electric Pokemon. This is clearly a water type. Lantern carries both broth qualities.
Roll-a-bolly, rolling.
It's like, Lantern, the light, blah, 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 blah. Lantern carries both qualities, Rod informed. It's water and electric. What? Danny shouted. Looks like our ground Pokemon won't be able to help us in this match, Steven concluded. I wouldn't be so sure. How about that, Steve? Danny boldly corrected while tossing in his Pokemon. His Pokeball opened and Quagsire plopped out. Quag! It yawned, scratching itself. Lieutenant Surgeon Rod rolled in loud laughter. That's your Pokemon, Surge chuckled. Danny, why did you send out Quagsire? Stephen questioned. It's a water type. Exactly. Which will make it strong against Lantern's water attacks. Not to mention, it knows some powerful ground attacks. But Lantern's electric attack will wipe it out. Not if my theory is proven to be correct, Danny said shyly. What theory? What are you talking about? This thing isn't even worth our time, Rod remarked. I believe you're right, son, so why don't you get rid of it? My pleasure. Lantern, use Rain Dance and then send that weak thing out of your sight with thunder. Lantern bounced on its belly and a rain cloud moved into position over Quagsire's head. End this now! Streak of yellow lightning went from Lantern into the cloud and came down on Quagsire in a wide bolt.
Oh no!
Quagsire reacted by making a strange sound and moving wildly. I suggest you give up, or all your Pokemon will suffer the same fate. What, are you going to make them all laugh themselves into fainting? Danny joked. Then Rod and Lieutenant Surge realized what Danny was joking about. Quagsire was not in pain at all. The thunder attack was merely tickling him. The lazy pocket monster was laughing like mad. What? Stephen shrieked. Quagsire is a ground type, and all this time none of us knew that? Yeah, but I suspected it back in our battle against Rail. Do you remember when we were trying to wear... Oh, Anyway. Yeah, I expected it to. Do you remember when we're trying to wear Tyranitar out with our Pokemon's water attacks? I remember, Polly replied. Poor Lapras was shocked. So was Crusha, Stephen added. Legend too, and Monsoon were also, but not Quagsire. So that would mean Quagsire is half water, Susan realized, and half ground. Then he cupped his hands over his mouth and declared the information across the gym. Half ground? Rod stepped back, shaking. It looks like we have a double type on our side as well, Rod. Danny snickered. So what if Lantern can't use electric attacks against your little Quagsire? Rod remarked. I used it against you because it can use water attacks as well. Okay, Lantern, with the rain dance effect still working, your water attacks should be powered up. Enough to be quite lethal against a Pokemon that has a slight weakness to them. He's right, Danny. Since Quagsire is still partially water and partially ground, it does cancel the weakness of water. But when a water attack's move is powered by Rain Dance, it doesn't really matter. It's as if Quagsire does it. It's as if Quagsire does have that weakness after all. I'm gonna reword that.
Oh no, that's not good.
So what? Danny disregarded Steven's warning. Oh, and by the way, how powerful could you say a Lantern's most powerful water attack would be without Rain Dance compared to a Hydro Pump coming from Jack's Blastoise? Well, I'd say it would be very weak when you put it that way. The Rain Dance is still going strong. Not for long. Quagsire! Sandstorm! The Quagsire took a deep breath and unleashed a dense, swirling mass of sand. The clouds that were bringing rain down hard were lost in the powerful sandstorm. No! Rod exclaimed. Lantern needed that rain. Too bad, because Sandstorm is a field technique that affects both Pokemon by scratching away at their health. The rough and hot sands. Unless, of course, one or both of those Pokemon are ground, rock, or steel types. Which, unfortunately for you, will hurt Lantern and not affect Quagsire in a way. Man, if I were to edit this, I would really edit down the explanations. They are way too long. Anyway, back to you. Gary? 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 I guess I'll just keep reading then. Enough of your babbling, Lantern. I order you to take that shrimp out with your hydro pump. Quagsire amnesia. Strong water jet shot from Lantern's mouth. Quagsire gave up one of its memories and a psychic shield weakened the attack. Excellent, Quagsire. Now it's time to finish it with Earthquake! Quagsire's feet catapulted him high and he crashed down, causing a disturbance in the floor to rush forward and slam Lantern in the chin. I can't believe that just happened. Rod looked very angry and recalled his Pokemon. You better bring Quagsire back, Danny. We may need him later. Danny obliged Steven and pulled Quagsire into its capture ball. I'll go up against their next Pokemon, Danny. Danny nodded in approval. Okay, Surge sounded very excited. Since you're switching to your teammate, we'll do the same. Fine, Steven yawned. Your son doesn't look like much of a challenge anyway. What? Rod yelled. Dad, make him eat his words. I'm gonna do just that, his father replied. The opponents made their choice in Pokemon. Surge used an Electrode to battle Steven's Steelix. Alright, Electrode, double team it! This is ridiculous. Surge, there's no way your Electrode can put up a fight against Steelix. I know every last move it can learn. Electrode put after images around Steelix, and the illusion confounded the metal snake. No worries, Steelix. Focus your earthquake and make it and so it moves out equally in all directions. That way, it will hit for sure. Steelix thrusted its head into the ground and sent out a strong, violent vibration that spread out like ripples in a pond. Electrode, teleport into the air! Electrode was covered in light and then transported up high in the gym. The fake images were still out. Ha! Now you can't. Your attack can't hurt it. You're right, but this can. Steelix, whip your iron tail in a circle like a lasso! While Electrode was still coming to the ground, Steelix lashed its tail at Electrode and turned around, eliminating each one until it hit the true Pokemon. The unstable red and white sphere collided with a wall and self-destructed. The blast was impressive, but Steelix stood firm, and the attack didn't affect it at all.
I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah. Let's, Okay, go ahead.
Okay. There's a big session. Electro is unable to fight. Steelix wins. But my second Pokemon will get them. Surge exclaimed to himself. I'll be staying into the fight. He announced to Danny and Steven, so I choose my Raichu. Is that how you spell Raichu?
Yep. Oh, wait, no, that's not how you spell Raichu.
Raichu.
It's Raichu. The bootleg Raichu.
Goodness, you have to go and change it all the way. I think that you type every one of them like that.
They're all spelled as Raichu? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Raichu. We're going to replace that with...
Also, how do you feel about I think Alolan Raichu? Do you think that they are fake or cuter?
Boop. All right. Let's see. Raichu, it's mouse Pokemon, blah blah blah. I choose Raichu. Okay, around here, right?
Yeah. Alolan Raichu? They are so wrong, what the heck? And they can surf on top of their tails?
Oh yeah, they can.
Also, by the way, yesterday I went to a place and it has Pokemon cards and it also sell Pokemon postcards that has crossover with Van Gogh's paintings. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's cool. Oh.
It's a bit pricey. I think there were like 6 of them, but then the price of them are like $90.
Jeez.
They picked the sunflower, but they didn't pick it and pick a few of Van Gogh's portrait, but didn't pick anything else. It was by Van Gogh, and I'm like, well, maybe the one with the cross flying across the field, and then that's it. And I'm like,
Huh. Okay, so where were we?
Let's go back. It's Raichu. Let's go back. So I would choose my Raichu. This charged-up rodent Pokemon has brown fur and 2 long stripes across his back. The tips of his feet and paws were dark brown, and the end of his ears deep in markings of the shape of a Y V. He had a long black tail with yellow lightning shade, with 2 big yellow cheeks. Raichu, the mouse Pokemon, the evil form of Pikachu. If the electric pulses in its cheeks become fully charged, both ears will stand straight up. Huge sparks sizzle from Raichu's cheeks and its ears lift up and making it look like Batman. Why would he send out a Raichu?
Wait. Wait. Did it actually say making it look like... No, we're not doing any references to non-Nintendo properties here. No siree. Spark says its ears lifted up, making it look like, I don't know, some not Batman thing. I don't
Because I don't think moles always have their ears that sharp, pointy, sharp ears.
look. I'll change it to making it look slightly more intimidating.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds better.
I'm gonna save that.
More
There we go.
intimidating. What
Okay.
was that scent at the right shoe? Susan asked. He must think we're a couple of idiots who think that we can see through his plan, huh, Danny? Stephen chuckled. I think. Not really aware of what Stephen was talking about. A survey right you may have fooled your past opponents. Not us. That's right. Stephen's Pokemon re-enter his ball. Now Danny and I will show Quaxar is in our refuge. See, isn't isn't our Quaxar isn't our
Okay.
isn't our only refuge from electric Pokemon with water attacks. Bronze leaf trample Raichu into the ground. Grass type! Surge exclaimed. Well, uh, well, we would hold up against Raichu's elemental attacks, but what can I do to inflict damage? Danny questioned. Quagsire aren't the only Pokemon that can learn Earthquake, you know, Stephen remarked, smiling. No way, that thing knows Earthquake, Dad. I think that you're gonna typo.
No way that thing knows earthquake, Dad.
You got no way, no way.
Oh. Okay.
Are you calling me a liar? Bronzeleaf showed him. The leaf dinosaur stood in on its back legs and fell forward, unleashing little vibration. A little vibration that could be barely noticed. What's earthquake? Susan frowned. Oh, that's right. Stephen wrote. Only uh, Meganium can learn earthquake. A bay leaf doesn't have the have the right way. Spectators fell onto their backs because of Stephen's mistake. That wedgie dinosaur is much too pathetic for my Raichu. Okay, toxic attack, Raichu. Can Raichu do that? Can they do
You'd be
that?
surprised how many Pokemon can learn toxic.
That pretty much works the same for Miss Mimic, and Cassiepi can learn poison and stab.
Yeah.
The cheeks on Raichu's face expanded, and it opened its mouth like a poisonous liquid was spat in the direction of Bronzeleaf. I don't think that you put the Pikachu's in your team ever, right? I don't think that I ever seen you put them in your team.
Pikachu?
Yeah, I don't think you ever put his family into the team. Your team.
Only if it's the only electric Pokemon available.
Oh yeah, there are like so many others that are better.
Yeah.
Namely Claudia. Safeguard! Stephen ordered. The dangerous purple substance managed to make contact with Bronzeleaf before the protective cover was placed. Stephen knew that the strong toxin was received for seconds and action needed to be taken. Toxic is the fastest working poison attack that exists. You need to rest to heal for it now. Shutting his eyes, lay down on his side. Attack it while we were sleeping with Skull Bash. Skull Bash? I think you got a typo there too. Raichu got a good running start and bullets that had flying over the floor. Stephen hesitated until the projectile rodent was inches from Brontelli's mouth. Okay, but they let Raichu have it. The Stephen shouted, "Snore!" Raichu was stopped in his tracks by the loud wheeze of Snore attack. He cried up and pulled his ears down to block out the noise, but it flung back up straight. What are you doing? Lieutenant Surge cried out. I guess being fully charged can sometimes be a disadvantage. Yeah, It sounds very painful, but judging from how much talk Pokemon can tank attacks. Okay, I think that it might be your turn.
Okay, let's see. Bay! Let's see. Let's see. With his ears straight up like that, it must hear that loud snoring pretty well. Good job, Broadleaf. Now, sleep talk. Bay! Broadleaf declaring, body slamming Raichu hard. And now the hyperactive mouse was trapped under Broadleaf's body weight, and it couldn't escape. That's it, Brontleaf. Now wake up! Brontleaf left its gentle slumber and became aware that Raichu was underneath it. You've got it just right. You got it right where you want it. Tie it up in vines and get up. Vine Whipper strayed Raichu, and Brontleaf could get to its feet without risk escaping. Raichu, use Thunderbolt before it's too late. Raichu! Powerful electric surges flew through the vines like cables into Brontleaf, but the grass Pokemon looked unaffected. Now Broadleaf finished with Solar Beam! Steven's Pokemon filled itself with solar energy that was entering the gym through the windows. Its opponents was held in place, and then when it used the energy to focus the beam, and it and it used the energy to focus a beam that blasted the trap Raichu dead on. Surge's mouse Pokemon was 2 feet under the gym, lying in the crater that the beam had made. No way! Lieutenant Surge tugged at his hair. Excellent work, Bruneleaf. Babe! Bruneleaf replied, sounding like something was happening that it couldn't understand. The battle experience it had earned must have taken it to the next level. It started the evolving process in gorgeous sparkling light. Its neck stretched to twice the length it was before, and the leaf on its forehead split into two antennae with with cattail-like ends. The leaves that were once strung around the neck changed into beautiful petals that were the color of a rose. It was almost as tall as Surge was. Meganium, the herb Pokemon, the evolved form of Bayleaf. The breath of this Pokemon has the power to revive dead grass and plants. It can make them healthy again. This is incredible. This is incredible. Stephen laughed. Now that Brontoleaf has evolved into its final form, it can use Earthquake. Eh, it can't be, Surge denied. We only have one Pokemon left and they haven't lost one. That's all we need. I have a Pokemon that will stand up and win over all their Pokemon, and its name is Ampharos. A yellow Pokemon that stood on 2 feet came from Rod's Pokeball. Its head was shaped like a seed. I First I described a seed as shaped like a capsule, and now I'm describing something as shaped like a seed. Make up your mind, past me.
Sounds very strange.
There were, let's see. Anyway, there were two red jewels. There were two red jewels that were attached to it. A small one on its forehead, and the other one was bigger on the other end of the tail. Black rings that went around its neck and tail. Its sharp ears had also had rings around them. Its stomach was white, and its hands looked more like small penguin flippers. Let's see. Ampharos, the light Pokemon, the evolved form of Flaffy. The bright light on its tail can be seen far away. It has been treasured since ancient times as a beacon. Oh, well, this beacon is about to be put out, Stephen declared. Brontoleaf, Earthquake this. For real this time. Brontoleaf lunged forth and stomped the earth with its full weight, causing it to crack and boost forward. Ampharos, reflect! A clear bubble surrounded Ampharos and kept the ground attack from reaching it. I don't believe it, Stephen stuttered. No damage was inflicted whatsoever. There's more surprises coming like this. Ampharos, Cotton Spore! Late fluffy spores floated across the battlefield, coming from Ampharos. They clung on to Brontoleaf and slowed its muscle activity. It looked relaxed and sloth-like. Simple motions became harder to perform. Soon the safeguard that had protected Brontoleaf's status changes went down. This isn't good. Danny pointed out the obvious. Brontoleaf, get another safeguard up fast! His Pokemon tried to work quickly, but the spore made it look like it was moving in slow motion. Faster, Brontoleaf! Ampharos, toxic it! The safeguard was half complete when the poison touched Brontoleaf. Don't worry, Brontoleaf, the safeguard is up now, and you can cure yourself with rest. Not so fast. Oh, that's right. You aren't fast, are you? Ampharos, attract! Oh no! Danny exclaimed. Safeguard can't protect against attract. We can only hope that Ampharos and Brontoleaf aren't opposite genders. Ampharos
Oh
seduced
no!
Brontoleaf into coming closer to it, and the grass starter gave in. They are, groaned Stephen. The longer Brontoleaf played around with Ampharos, the worse it looked. Brontoleaf, Brontoleaf, rest, or the toxin is gonna be get the best of you. I think the Pokemon has done its job. Ampharos, finish it off with Fire Punch. The electric Pokemon surprised everyone by putting its fist on, if you can call that a fist, on fire and uppercutting Brontoleaf. At last, there was a victory on the Surge side. Finally, we're making a comeback, son, Surge proclaimed. Oh, well. Brontoleaf, come back here, Steven sighed, watching his Pokemon exit the battle. Sorry to disappoint you guys, Danny declared to the father and son, but my Pokemon is going to end this battle right now. What makes you think it will do any better than his? Rada questioned. Because it is immune to all your strategies.
Are dragons like that? Are dragons Pokemon like that all the time? I think.
Dragon would be pretty effective against electric and water, but not ice. Let's, do you want to read?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I can take over. I was just looking for I think that I share a picture of what's that called, of I don't know, Pichu growing up with his trainer. He was being very aloof, but then he just he start getting attached to his trainer. I think.
Huh.
Pichu. Instagram is not showing anything in here. What the heck?
Let's see.
Is it this one?
What's that?
Uh, Mystery Dungeon.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just trying to look for a video that we I think that I showed it to you, but then I didn't. Oh, that stings. That's okay. Do we come back up again? Let's find out. I need to go and refill my cup of water too. Whoops. Hold on. I will be back.
Okay. Do. Hey, anybody who's watching? I don't know if there's anybody watching right now. But hey. Ooh.
Let's find out. Danny looked down at the Pokeball he now held. Quagsire, you started this fight and you will finish it. So this is the mighty Pokemon that can send out to Atheros tactics. That's right, Rod. She's small, but she can, but enough to take you out. She? Yeah, I wasn't sure about it at first, but then I find out at the Pokemon Center by um um. Everyone waited for Danny to finish, but his face would turn red. Well, I'd rather not say. Once again, those in the gym collapsed. But since all my Pokemon are male, if Brontelli was affected by the tract, that means Quagsire won't be. Danny finished because Ampharos is a female. So if one of my Pokemon moves has become useless, there are many more like the one she used on your friend's Pokemon. Cotton Spore. Danny, Quagsire is already super slow, reminds Steven. If those balls touched her, she'll sunk. Hey, don't worry about it, I got cover. Okay, haste! A white cloud come out from Quagsire's mouth and cover the gym. The spores land on Quagsire's uh Quagsire's and Lord laugh. The army was too late to protect her from the cotton spores. I think that you got a typo there. Too late.
Oh, this is yeah, got it. Oop.
So, do you find it hard to move? Quagsire shook her head and showed Danny that it had no problem moving. Also, by the way, what do you have Quagsires in your team? What do you name them?
Oh hell yeah, I've got Quagsire.
What do you name them? Because you got Clocksire and you name him Mudkick.
Uh-huh. Well, I named my Galarian. Wait, no, not Galarian. Paldean, Quagsire. I named that one Mudcake. but
I know
I've
that you named that one. What
but
about
I
the other ones?
but I've never really had a nickname for the original Quagsire.
Well, okay. All right, that missed attack was just in time. Yes, and it will stay with Quagsire until Danny calls her back until the battle ends. At Susan, Miss will keep any attack that lowers your Pokemon ability from affecting it. Son, you're running out of options. Searching from I can't see that. Rock grunted. Aphros toxic that blue thing. They've got the poisonous venom then Aphros spurious butter Quagsire feet. A second later, the safeguard Danny order was put up. I'm getting tired of being stopped at every turn. This is very much like what happened when the other team in Casepis use Avalanche or maybe in Fog.
yeah.
I warned you that Quagsire would be immune to your strategy, Danny taunted, wagging his tongue. Uh, Aphros Hyper Beam. Oh, he's getting desperate. Quagsire use Flash Shot on her and take on the ground. In an unexplainable way, Quagsire flashed the light at Aphros, blinding it. And then she tunneled under the gym. Aphros could not see, so she shot her hybrid beam where Quagsire once stood missing. Then a hole opened up the floor and Quagsire popped out from under Aphros, slamming her down. With another reflector. Hey, that thing is strong on long enough. Quagsire, Ice Wind. A chilling breeze slow Aphros' movements. Now that the reflect is up, you need to weaken Aphros' defense. Use Tail Whip. Aphros stood still while Quagsire continuously pummeled her with her tail. The reflect was weakened, and Danny saw the opportunity. Earthquake! Oh, team! The Rock's Pokemon broke free of the code and circled Quagsire with many multiple images. That won't work! Haze! A platform made the fake Aphros disappear. Yes, something for everything, didn't she? Talon remarked. That Pokemon is driving me nuts.
I guess I'll put a picture in here.
Yep.
That's oddly enough, I don't think Ampharos ever tries an electric attack, so I don't know. Just pretend it's a different attack, I guess. okay, I guess I'll take up reading here. Um, uh, oh yeah, I'll just read the rest of this on the next page. It's fine. Okay, now Quagsire, put an end to this. Do it for Brontoleaf. Quagsire shot up to the roof of the gym and came down like a bomb. A shockwave exploded from the impact of the floor and cut through Ambrose, slinging her through a brick wall. No way! Surge and his son shuddered. Danny, Quagsire did it! Stephen laughed. I never doubted that she would, Danny replied. That's why she's part of my team. Quag! The aquatic earth dweller was flattered by Danny's compliment. Ampharos is not moving and has therefore been declared unable to battle, the referee declared. The victory goes to the challenger team of Stephen and Danny. Well, as the official gym leader, it is my duty to bestow upon both of you these Thunder badges. Lieutenant Surge reluctantly gave the two trainers their rewards. We accept them, said Danny. But the main reason we came here was to teach you a lesson for treating rookie Pokemon so harshly. Yes, he's right. Yeah, yes, he's right, Stephen agreed. Do we need to make your remaining 8 Pokemon faint to change you? No! The father and son yelled at the top of their lungs. I promised never to go farther than he needed to win. Rod vowed, hitting his father with his elbow. Oh, that goes for me too. Well, then, I guess we could be moving on, Stephen concluded. Yeah, I'm really hungry, Danny agreed. All right, we are almost at the point where it's stuff that, well, from an old story, but stuff that I wrote brand new. Let's see, where's the breakout point? Oh, I think it is like around, I think it's right here. No, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, no, that's old stuff. Hold on. Uh, all right, I'm just gonna say it's about around here-ish, or maybe around here-ish, where it transitions into new stuff. Anyway, oh, what was that? Okay, so yeah, chapter 26, relaxation and relation. Um, so yeah, I completely forgot what this chapter was about. Like, so all I had to go off of was the name. So I was like, okay, well, how can I make this happen? So, yeah, we'll get into it. Anyway, night came fast, and our heroes decided to spend the night at the Pokemon Center. It was rather crowded because all the trainers who had lost to Lieutenant Surge wanted to stay with their hurt Pokemon overnight. The 3 Pokemon that participated in the previous battle, Brontoleaf, Quagsire, and Steelix, ate Poke. Okay, I think I need to get some water because like I'm continuously whenever I'm talking, I'm continuously like talking, and I'm like, so yeah, I definitely need to get some water real quick. My throat is like no.
I was trying to warn you.
Okay, let me go get some water. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm
It's
back.
okay.
Ooh. Hmm. All right. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, starting the new chapter.
Do you want us to keep to wait for next week to finish maybe a chapter or something, or maybe we read half of these things so that we can wait for next week to finish it or something?
Yeah, I guess half of it.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go into it. I can take over.
Oh, okay.
Let me go back to this. Oh jeez. Night came fast, and our heroes decided to spend the night off at the Pokemon Center. It was rather crowded because all the trainers who had lost their lieutenancy wanted to stay with their hurt Pokemon overnight. Wait, did we win? I was busy looking for the Pokemon shots, but then somehow, missed up. Did we win? I don't think that we did. Did we win?
Let's see. Do it. Two Bronze Leaf
Oh
and
yeah! Oh
way.
yeah! We won! Woohoo!
There we go. Never doubted you, Quagsire. So yeah,
Oh, it's
and
a righteous beatdown. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
okay, here we go.
Um, the three Pokemon that had participated in the previous battle, Bronzeleaf, Quagsire, and Steelix ate Pokéchurl. While their trainers enjoyed veggie burgers, Steelix was too big to come all the way inside, so its head came in through the window, munching away while Russ stayed outside. He's probably going to need a lot of food to eat, though. Hey, these burgers aren't half bad, Tenny admitted. In fact, they weren't even a quarter bad. I know I used to eat that all the time when I was living with Jack. Where do we go from here? Polly pondered. Bring up a map of Kanto, please. Danny commanded. He looked at the image and pointed to the part where it looked like it was the center of Kanto. It looks like a perfect place head for next. It's connected to several other places we need to go, and there's a gym. Aren't you forgetting something? Stephen said, trying to jog his memory. What have I been forgetting? We have already been there. Uh, the Saffron City. We went there and the gym was closed. That was before we fought Rio, and it might be open now. Besides, that's the best way to get to the other cities. Even if it's still closed, it wouldn't be a waste of time. I think that he might be right, actually, for once, Susan sighed. Hey,
Uh, Unfortunately, I think Susan's right about Danny, Polly agreed. Don't make me say hey twice, Danny complained, crossing his arms in mocking indignation. Okay, I think this is actually it. I think this is the point at which it transitions into the new stuff that I wrote to replace the stuff that got deleted. Okay, here we go. The group chuckled, their banter echoing in the crowded Pokemon Center. Outside, Steelix continued to munch on Pokechow, its massive body coiled comfortably around the building. All right, so Saffron City it is, then. It is then, Polly said, a hint of determination in her voice. But if we get there and the gym is closed, we need a backup plan. I'll look into nearby routes tonight, Stephen suggested, pulling out his notebook. There might be trainers we can challenge or something. Good idea. We can make the most of our time while we're waiting. Susan added, feeling the excitement build. As they finished their meals, the group started discussing potential strategies for the next battles. Their spirit lifted by the shared laughter. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this part. uh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, before long, the Pokemon Center began to quiet down as trainers and their Pokemon settled in for the night. Feeling the fatigue of the day wash over them, Danny and the others found their respective spots to rest. Tomorrow's going to be an important day, Danny said, glancing at his friends, who were already drifting into slumber. With that, he closed his eyes, and the sounds of the Pokemon Center faded in the background as he dreamt of adventures that awaited him in Kanto. In the morning, they all woke up refreshed, but as they walked out to the front of the Pokemon Center, Danny noticed something unusual. Wow, Susan, you're becoming more hair than girl, he laughed, a teasing grin spreading across his face. What's that supposed to mean? Susan said, her annoyance evident. She spun around, and Polly couldn't help but notice that her hair was almost sweeping against the floor. Okay, I'll add a picture here. Boop. I forgot to put the flower uh, pictures on her kimono. Oh well. uh, Not to agree with him, but your hair is getting rather long, Seuss. Uh, oh, thanks for noticing. Polly added, a hint of concern in her voice. Susan looked down, finally realizing just how much her hair had grown. Oh, well, I guess I'm just so used to my sisters cutting it for me, she replied, feeling a little embarrassed. But Polly gave her a look of understanding and gently placed her hand on Susan's shoulder. How about we find a salon in Saffron City? She suggested, her tone warm and encouraging. What? You want to waste time on something like that? Danny protested, crossing his arms with a frown. But I have a badge to get to, he complained, impatience evident. Polly shot her brother an intense glare, clearly unfazed by his objection. It won't take long, Danny. Plus, it's important for Susan to feel confident in how she looks. Susan looked happy to hear Polly's kind words. Stephen and Talon chuckled at the siblings' antics, enjoying the little squabble. Honestly, I think a fresh look could do you some good, Susan. Stephen chimed in, trying to lighten the mood. Uh, See, even Stephen agrees, Polly said, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Fine, whatever. Let's just get a move on, Danny insisted, his impatience bubbling out of the surface. With that, the group enjoyed
Yeah,
the.
you have no idea that was what happened when I was with my sister, and then I saw her, hair being super long, and I was like, why?
She was doing what?
Her hair was actually longer than mine, almost like it's like over her shoulders.
Wow.
And she was like, "Why is it so hot?" And I'm like, "Why didn't you just cut it?" I was like, "I don't want to."
Funny.
And you know me, I have short hair, and so I don't have that kind of problem.
Oh yeah. That's true.
So yeah, which is why I never understand why people sometimes they want to keep long hair if they are so hard to
My
maintain. And I'm like, ugh.
my hair doesn't grow downward. It grows outward.
But I don't have that kind of problem too. I don't think it is too hot during the summer, right?
Maybe. Uh,
Uh,
let's
yeah,
see.
I think that I can take over.
Okay.
With that, the group enjoyed a nice feeling breakfast in the center, the aroma of smell wafting through the air. I don't see what big deal is. I don't see what the big deal is. It's just hair. Danny's shoving food into his face, but as he spoke, some of us will try with our appearance, Danny. We can't just walk around looking like you. Polly retorted, crossing her arms defiantly. Danny shot his sister a look of annoyance, but kept his focus on the food, determined to finish his meal. He really doesn't get girls at all, does he? Stephen sneakers shaking his head. Well, I think they're just thinking about Pokemon all the time. Talon replied with a grin. That's like calling the kettle black. You're into salts or something.
Yeah.
Hey, I can think about more than just Pokemon, Danny protested, finding a look up from his plate, a piece of food hanging comically from his mouth. Yeah, sure, buddy. How about you how to eat your weight in veggie burgers? Polly teased, earning a laugh from Stephen and Talon. Wait. It, he's eating veggie burgers? Seriously? Is he a vegan?
I think I don't think I explained at all. Maybe the Pokemon Center just had it.
They what?
Maybe the Pokemon Center just had them.
Okay. Listen, oh, I get it. That Danny said, rolling his eyes, unable to hide a smile. Let's just finish up and head to Saffron. We can, we can have a gym. We have a gym to challenge. After they wrap up their breakfast, the group made their way outside, ready to tackle the day ahead. As they walk along Route 6, Danny had his head down to the ground, scanning the area as if expecting a legendary Pokemon to pop up from behind a bush any moment. Susan held some of her hair up, trying to keep it from dragging onto the ground. That's some very long hair. How long has it been? Have they been traveling like that she neglected her hair?
Yeah.
I didn't mean for it to get this long. I think that I've been too distracted with our adventures, she said, a hint of frustration in her voice. Don't worry about it, Polly said, comforting her friend with a reassuring smile. Suddenly, a snowball and ambled across the road, his eyes half closed and slow yawns escaped his mouth. Then he instantly yawned back, mirroring the Pokemon's lethargy. Need your nap? I think, yeah, you can take it.
Stephen joked, a grin spreading across his face. Ugh, shut up. Man, this route is boring. No trainers to battle or anything. Then he droned on, kicking a small rock in frustration. Thankfully, they weren't on the route for long. Soon they returned to the bustling city streets of Saffron City, the energy of the city lifting their spirits. Sound of trainers chatting, the clatter of Pokeballs, the aroma of food wafting through the air filled them with excitement. They just ate, though! Like not that long ago. It's like, oh, food. Anyway, since they had been there before, the group found the gym right away. Walking inside, they were greeted by a strange sight. There were people scattered throughout the room, all intently focused on various activities. Several of them were trying to bend spoons with their minds, their expressions serious and concentrated. A friendly looking lad approached them. Are you here for the gym challenge? He asked, smile on his face. Yep, I sure am. I just have 4 badges to go to take on the Elite Four, Danny boasted, puffing out his chest with pride. Well, sorry, but the gym leader won't be back for a couple hours, the boy responded, his tone apologetic. What?
Again.
Not again! Danny exclaimed, his frustration evident. Oh, perfect, Polly said. Oh, perfect! Polly said happily, her eyes lighting up. What do you mean perfect? Danny replied, feelings creeping in his voice. Well, it's time for Susan and me to get her hair done, she answered, looking excited. Fine, but what are we supposed to do? Danny shouted, exasperated. We could go with them, Stephen suggested, trying to offer a solution. Uh, no way. I'm not watching girls get their hair cut. That's just boring. Danny shook his head vigorously.
Well, why don't you go visit Grandpa? We haven't seen him since we escaped Rio, Polly suggests, looking eager to leave. I bet he'll be happy to see you. Polly suggested, a friendly smile on her face. Come on, Sus. Polly took Susan's hand and they ran towards the salon, leaving Danny and Stephen standing there. Hey, wait! Danny protested, but it was too late. They had already disappeared into the crowd. Looks like it's just us now, Stephen said, chuckling at Danny's frustration. You guys want to go meet the president of Silvco? Whoa! Really? Wow, sounds like an important person. Are we allowed? Talon inquired, his eyes wide with curiosity. Why not? He's my grandpa. Danny replied as if it was a big deal. Meanwhile, the girls were running down the streets of Saffron. Why are you in such a hurry? Susan exclaimed as she was being dragged along. She stopped and let go of Susan's hand. Oh, I'm not sure. I got excited because it has been a while since I had girl time. She smiled. um, Susan thought for a moment and smiled back. I guess you're right. Then it can be a handful. That's an understatement. Now let's find the perfect salon to cut your hair short. Polly winked. Her excitement was palpable as they continued on their quest for styling a new look. Yeah, don't you find it exciting when you make some edits on your avatar in the games?
Yeah.
Danny and the boys walked through the city toward Silco building in the distance. Your turn.
Ugh. Finally, it's just us guys, Danny said, sounding pleased. Pretty sure you're the only one who cares about that, Danny. Stephen laughed. Stephen's right. Someday you're going to be happy girls are around, Talon winked at him. Danny looked annoyed at the idea. Ugh, no thanks. They're just annoying, Danny shook his head. A little while later, they arrived at Silvco. Sorry, but your grandfather is in an important meeting with the president of the Devon Corporation, the receptionist said politely. Of course he is, Danny muttered, shaking his head in frustration. Ugh, guess we'll just have to wait, Stephen suggested, looking a little impatient. Elsewhere, Polly and Susan came across a nice-looking salon at the edge of town. Wow, this looks great. It's quite big, and the hairdresser looks so professional, Polly said, looking. I, I'm. That Polly said. I'm just gonna say Polly said because it doesn't make any sense to say, so professional. Wait, no, oh, she didn't say impressed twice. Never mind. We can keep that then. Anyway, I thought she said, looking at the impressive hairdresser. Look at that impressive hairdresser. She looked impressed. I thought that's what I read at first. However, Susan took a step back, holding her hair tightly. Sus, what's wrong? You look nervous, Polly asked, noticing her friend's hesitation. No, it's just I've never been in a salon before. Like I said, it's always my sisters that cut my hair, she admitted, looking awkward. I have actually been there, by the way. Real quick. So, like, when I was a kid, I had my hair cut by the same barber until I was, I don't know, 10 or something. And then, oh,
And
dude,
move
I forgot
away.
about that. We had to find another barber. And I was there for a while, I guess. And then I'm trying to remember what happened. I guess we just stopped going. And then And then one day, I think my dad just started cutting my hair.
Wow, seriously?
Yeah. Did that for few years. And then I moved out and I started cutting my own hair. And I have ever since.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Time consuming, but it's always time consuming to cut hair. Let's see. What's wrong? It's just, my sister's always cut my hair. She was looking awkward. Polly took her hand and smiled reassuringly. Hey, don't worry. They won't do anything you won't like. Just tell them how you want your hair done. Trust me, she encouraged. Well, okay, Susan said, taking a deep breath as she followed Polly inside. As they entered, the warm atmosphere and friendly chatter of clients and stylists made Susan feel a little more at ease. She glanced around at the colorful hair products and stylish decor, slowly beginning to feel excited about her first salon experience. A woman with bright red hair and a stylish outfit approached them. Hello and welcome to the True Beauty Salon. That's a really fascinating name, people. Anyway. Oh my, your kimono is beautiful, she said, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. Susan blushed at the compliment and replied, No, thanks. My whole family dresses like this. The woman looked her over with an approving nod. Also, your hair is lovely as well. You must take great care of it, she remarked. Yes, but it's gotten rather long, Polly said, glancing at Susan's flowing locks. The woman clapped her hands together, her excitement infectious. Ah, say no more. Rochelle's here to help you out. Please have a seat, he said, motioning to a comfortable swivel seat. Okay, picture. Picture! Let's see, how long have we been? Almost 2 hours. Do boop. Keep forgetting to clear up the neck. These people have necklines cutting through their faces.
Who is this?
That's Rochelle, my original character. Well, I mean, they're just about all original characters. uh,
I'm also talking about something new while I was looking through Fire Emblem.
huh.
Sorry.
Let's see.
Something new, something borrowed, something new. It's almost Halloween again. That's why we are getting quite a lot of things.
Susan still looked nervous, but did as she was asked, settling into the chair. Polly took a seat off to the side to watch, her eyes filled with encouragement. As Rochelle began to assess Susan's hair, she spoke with a warm smile. So, what are you thinking today? Trim, new style, something fun? Susan took oh my gosh, that's funny. That I had her say that. That's like kind of exactly what they would say at a Pokemon game at a stylist place. Like so
Wait,
often.
do they not have stylists in the early games?
No, I mean not in the early games, but they added them. Like I think it started in X and Y,
Okay.
but I think you could just kind of see what hair you want now. But when it started, you couldn't, and you just had to be like, "What do you want? Do you want it to be like short hair, long hair, bangs, no bangs, moving to the sides?"
You were saying the way that you write it reminds you how the game looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, the game didn't exactly show you what the hair would look like, so you just kind of had to roll with it. Though I think it was even worse in Animal Crossing. In Animal Crossing, it was like, okay, let me give me your opinion on these random facts that have nothing to do with hair. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
Mhm.
That will determine what hair you get. The heck are you talking about?
Be
I
very annoying.
I think in the new one you can kind of change your hair whenever you want. You don't have to go to like a hairdresser or anything. So that's pretty convenient. Anyway, getting back to the story. Just thinking today, a new style or something? Susan took a deep breath, feeling both anxious and excited. Danny and his friends were sitting in the lobby of Silphco. He was any Danny looked like any second he'd explode with his boundless energy, bouncing slightly in his seat. Wow, Danny, judging by your little house, I wasn't expecting your mom to be related to someone like the Selfco president, Talon said, crossing his arms and raising an eyebrow. Yeah, I don't know. My mom really likes it, Danny replied, hint of pride in his voice as he leaned forward. I told her once I wanted a bigger room, and she shut that down. But yeah, now that you mention it, we could totally afford it. He grinned, his eyes wide with realization. Yes, sir. Your grandson. Yes, sir. Your grandson and his friends are here, said the receptionist, giving them a polite smile. Okay, sir. Hey, you're free to go up now, she said, calling. I think we'll just get to the next picture and then we'll just call it a day. um, calling over to Danny with a friendly nod. Finally! Danny exclaimed, hopping off the bench with a bounce that nearly sent him into the air. They
He is
rode the
very
el-
energetic.
He really is. They rode the elevator up to the top floor, Danny fidgeting with excitement as he tapped his foot rapidly against the floor. They met different people as they hopped on and off, each one giving Danny a curious glance as he as he practically radiated energy. As they reached the top and the doors opened, they saw the president of Silphco talking to another man who had spiky white hair and was wearing a purple suit. DJ, thank you for stopping by, the Silphco president said, clapping Danny on the
Well,
shoulder with a warm smile. Danny grumbled at his old nickname, but smiled back at his grandfather, trying to suppress a shy grin. Oh wow, you're oh wow, you're not in jogging bleh, sorry. Oh wow, you're not in jogging clothes this time, Danny said bluntly, his arms crossed and a teasing smirk on his face. DJ, don't embarrass me in front of business partners. The president panicked, his cheeks flushing slightly as he adjusted his tie. The man in the purple suit chuckled softly, his arms crossed. No worries. It's good to see the family dynamic, he said, his voice smooth and confident. Anyway, this is Joseph Stone, president of the Devon Corps uh, in Hoenn, the, the Silphco president introduced, gesturing towards the man. Pleased to meet you, Danny, Joseph said, extending a hand with an easy smile. Danny shook his hand firmly, his enthusiasm bubbling over. You too! My mom was talking about Devoncore. You guys make some amazing tech. Thanks. We do our best, Joseph replied, his eyes gleaming with pride. And with that, I think we'll call it a day. Let me just add one more picture. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Okay, here's the last picture of the day. Danny meeting Joseph Stone. And of course, his grandfather, the Silphco president, is here, who, by the way, has never had a name. In every media that this man ever appears in, he's always just called the Silphco president if they call him anything at all. So you can imagine it's kind of annoying because I have to keep calling him the Silphco president and grandfather all the time.
You're going to have to think of a name while during the break then, I suppose.
All right. Okay, that'll do it for today. Whew. Oh, give me some water.
Both of us are like, why didn't we grab 2 cups of water for this?
Oh, I also think it has to do with the fact that I've got a slight, I'm not going to call it cold, but a slight maybe start of a cold. Like my throat feels a little more coarse than usual.
Oh, do you want to go head in for the night? We
Oh,
can we
heck
can
no. We're
watch
going to watch
shows.
some shows. um, but that's for us. Okay, live stream. Thanks for watching. If anyone's still out there, we'll see you next time for more Pokemon. I've got to write the last missing chapter. Still got to do that. Okay. Okay, see you next time.
That's amazing.
Bye 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 bye.